All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Marketing Cloud keynote. Thank you so much for spending your afternoon with us. We're delighted to have you. First, a quick housekeeping comment. Salesforce is a publicly traded company. As we make forward-looking statements, please make your purchase decision or any investment decision based on currently available products, which are awesome, and I can't wait to show you them today. It has been an incredible journey for the Marketing Cloud. We came together as ExactTarget, Buddy Media, Radian6, our advertising platform, Social.com, and just over a year ago, we formed the Salesforce Marketing Cloud. It has been an incredible journey, and our innovation has been just unbelievable. Most importantly is our customer success. We are so grateful to have our customers sharing their story, their best practices, their success with the Marketing Cloud. Today, we feature Kimpton Hotels and Symantec. And with McDonald's, who visits us in these shows as well, 15,000 Facebook pages rolled out around the country on our Social Studio product. Diesel, having rolled out our new predictive analytics on their website, driving amazing predictive content to the fashion site that Diesel runs. Incredible product innovation. Earlier today, and you'll see it this afternoon, the next generation of our Social Studio product, listening, engagement, publishing, content marketing across all social channels brought together in one very compelling application. A new form of messaging for you to reach your customers, group messaging. If you don't know about group messaging yet, you will soon. Line, WeChat, WhatsApp. Very powerful ways for you to engage your customers in a whole new channel. We have first-of-a-kind partnerships with Line that already boast 500 million members around the world, starting in Japan and now going all around the world in a very compelling way. LinkedIn, we were launch partners for LinkedIn's advertising platform and their sponsored updates. Pinterest, we were launch partners for Pinterest Business Insights API that lets you see how your pins are performing and how they're converting to real transactions and real traffic on your websites. Just a whole host of innovations that we're just scratching the surface on today. We've been recognized by many publications as having the best marketing cloud in the industry, and we just couldn't be more delighted. It is a very special time to consider the kind of power that the Marketing Cloud brings. We are, at this very moment, experiencing the most transformative technology revolution to ever happen. The physical and the digital have converged faster than any of us would have thought possible. The connected customer and all the connected devices have created this expectation that all of our customers have for their needs to be met anytime and any place, in any way. Our customers don't care about our internal processes of sales, service, and support. They want a consistent experience, and they want it now, when it's relevant. This has blurred the lines of CRM in an important way. It's also made our job as marketers, and it's made the Marketing Cloud's role very, very important. It is the CMO. It is the marketing function in our companies that is being asked to think about this customer experience in this new world, to think about how we reach our customer at every touch point across sales, marketing, service to deliver that amazing experience. We'll show you how that's possible today with two amazing customer stories. First, Kimpton Hotels, and then following Symantec. And with Kimpton Hotels, it's really an amazing organization. They are pioneers of the boutique hotel industry in the United States. But Kimpton isn't just a good collection of properties or amazingly well-trained people within their hotels. What makes Kimpton special is how they have put the customer at the center of all of their thinking. Kimpton has systematically defined every way a customer can interact with their brand, every defining experience, and they thought, what do we need to deliver that customer at each of those moments that matter? How can we really delight and surprise our customer as they interact with the Kimpton brand and the entire experience? It's about the journey for Kimpton. This is an imperative really now for all of us. This has become a mandate. How do we think about our customers in their journey with our organizations, and how can we engage them at exactly the right place and right time? The answer is the Marketing Cloud. The Marketing Cloud is a platform to define and manage one-to-one customer journeys. And there are 6 ways to think about what the Marketing Cloud does. I'd like to introduce them here for you now, and then we'll quickly get into a demonstration with Kimpton where you see this really come to life. The first is the journey itself. How do we think about what our customers experience with our organizations? How can we visually represent that in a way that we define what we want our customers to experience and then deliver on that experience? I can't wait for you to see a very powerful concept we call journey maps that bring that to life in very important ways for marketers and anyone in our organization. Next is the customer data itself. Especially at consumer scale, the way we know where a customer is in their journey with our organization is with data. It's having every conceivable element of data we have about our customers integrated and accessible to be able to see where our customers are. Are they purchasers, non-purchasers, happy, not happy, satisfied, unsatisfied? All the data for all of our customers to be able to characterize where they are in their journey with our organization now. Our goal is to then move our customers forward in their journey. We want our customers to be in an even better place. To do that, we need content. We need to have amazing messages that we deliver to our customers at just the right time. And the Marketing Cloud has all the tools you need to define, review, approve, manage the entire content process to be able to have all the rich information to deliver to the customer on their journey. Now, especially in a digital world, we're going to deliver that content in any conceivable digital channel. And the Marketing Cloud really does support any conceivable digital channel. Email, mobile, SMS, and push notifications, the web, this amazing group messaging technology that I mentioned earlier, all the social channels. However you reach your customers, the Marketing Cloud can deliver those messages. Next, if we think analytics. Now, the world of marketing is rich with analytics and all the digital metrics of opens and clicks and impressions and all the things our customers are experiencing. Of course, we have metrics and we keep track of all that information. But the Marketing Cloud's special because it takes analytics to a level of business outcome. What is it that we want our customers to experience on their journey with us? Those outcomes are defined very explicitly in a fun way that you'll see in the demonstration, and we could really map to the actual business outcomes we're having with our customers. And then finally, applications. Applications are critical because they are the dashboard of our customers, your customers' lives. Apps on mobile devices is how all of our customers are interacting with this incredible connected world. And we need to have our apps as part of the journey as much as any other channel. Now, what's interesting here and ironic, as we speak with many marketers around the world, today, the app is often the most disconnected piece of our digital marketing efforts. It's very surprising. But many apps have been built by other teams, often in a more technical world, and they're not really available to us as marketers to influence content to inform the customer journey. And we have announced Journey Builder for Apps, which we'll see in action, which allows us to connect into the app experience just as any digital channel can be managed. The heart of what we do, the most important point to emphasize is this idea of a customer journey. And when we talk about a customer journey, we really mean it literally. Like all of us would work on a whiteboard to describe the process that we want our customers to experience with our brand, that's what we mean by a customer journey. We have, with journey maps, created the ability for marketers and business leaders to have our software work the way you, as marketers, think. It is incredibly visual. You'll see this in action, and it is very powerful to express visually the customer journey and have the software actually manage to that journey. We'll see Kimpton as an enormous example here. We'll also see how Kimpton manages customer data and really focus on the preferences and what Kimpton learns every step of every interaction they have with their customers. Pillow preference, having a pet's name. Kimpton has built a systematic process to continuously build that customer record, every ounce of information over time, all data sources put together in one place within the Marketing Cloud. We're then going to deliver all the rich content, all the hotels, all the restaurants. We'll see Kimpton managing content within the Marketing Cloud that then is delivered across every digital channel. Now, something that's interesting, and this is highlighted really well in our demonstration, is for Kimpton, often the message needs to be delivered by a person. It's a very touch-oriented, personal experience, greet and welcome guests with knowledge about who those people are. So we'll see in Kimpton's case, messages delivered to employees that then interact with the customer with the knowledge of that information delivered to them on their iPad. And then finally, analytics and how we actually manage analytics and measure that true business outcome, which for Kimpton is often an outcome of surprising and delighting, a random act of kindness. And then with applications to be able to connect into the app, both the consumer and then also the employee into a completely unified experience. It's really fun to bring this to life. Let's do that now. Please welcome to the stage Brian Wade, our Chief Product Officer, to take a look at Kimpton. Brian.
All right. Thanks, Scott. Good afternoon, New York. Let's take a look at how Kimpton Hotels spreads what they call random acts of karma to all their customers using the Marketing Cloud. So we're going to do a demo, and we'll start our demo right here in the Marketing Cloud. And you see across the top all of the digital channels. Best in class, email, mobile, social, advertising, and web technology all tied together with common journeys, contacts, content, and analytics. Let's click into Journeys and see how Kimpton Hotels uses Journey Builder and Journey Maps to manage their customer journey. So we're here on the Journey Map dashboard, and we can see all the hotels for Kimpton Hotels. And the Argonaut Hotel in San Francisco is my favorite. Let's go ahead and click into the Argonaut, and we'll go to the Journey Map for the Argonaut Hotel. Now, Journey Maps are powerful technology because they allow a marketer to be a marketer. If you've ever mapped your customer journey, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. That process of mapping the customer journey, it's a very creative process. You go to a whiteboard, you draw rectangles, you put arrows between them, you take sticky notes and put them all over a wall. That process of mapping the customer journey is a very creative and colorful process, and it comes to life right here inside of Journey Maps. You can see all the life cycle stages for Kimpton: pre-arrival, stay, post-stay, even the day of departure. Every interaction that a customer has at a Kimpton hotel is all mapped right here in the Journey Map. And inside those life cycle stages are interactions, like your confirmation interaction when you book your reservation, or your rating and review interaction after you leave the hotel. Let's click into the random acts of karma interaction and show you how interactions actually work. So we've shown you Journey Maps, and now we're going to go into the interaction canvas. So if we look to the left, we see all the activities that are available to a marketer: email, SMS, MMS, push notifications. We can even take a Journey Builder SDK and have your developer put our mobile app SDK into products, apps, and devices. And we can see here they've actually integrated into their TV. So imagine your mobile app or your product or your device right here inside of Journey Builder. Look to the right, you can see our trigger event. So in this case, our trigger event for this interaction is 72 hours before my stay, I'm going to receive an email. And Scott mentioned this idea of a business objective, a goal. The goal of this interaction is that 25% of the customers who go through this interaction make a reservation at the Blue Mermaid. Now, the Blue Mermaid has the best clam chowder in San Francisco. It's a phenomenal restaurant inside the Argonaut Hotel, and they're trying to drive their customers to come in and have dinner. So we see here, the Plan Your Trip email. Let's go ahead and open that up. And you'll see a beautifully designed HTML email that looks great on the desktop and a mobile device with a clear call to action to make your reservation at the Blue Mermaid. So all the customers who make their reservation, they're managed out of the interaction. But for all the customers who don't open the email, who don't click through and make the interaction, we're going to wait 2 days, and we're going to follow up. And the power of Journey Builder is that marketers can test and optimize the customer journey. They can test different calls to action, different digital channels. And we see here an ABC random split where 50% of the customers get the email, 45% of the customers are going to get a push notification, and then 5% get random acts of karma. Let's go ahead and open up that email. We can see what that looks like. So we see here this day 2 email, another clear call to action to make that reservation. We also have a push notification. So raise your hand if you've ever received a push notification on your phone. Okay, so most of you have. You know that technology. It's powerful technology, and it's super easy here in the Marketing Cloud to be able to set these up and configure them right in Journey Builder. But that 5% of customers who don't respond, we're going to send this follow-up to send them a free dinner. So this idea of spreading random acts of karma as a part of Kimpton's culture is to really surprise and delight their customers. So we see here this the free dinner at the Blue Mermaid inside the Argonaut Hotel. So that's the interactions canvas. Let's go back to Journey Maps. And right here live in New York City, we're going to show you how easy it is to build a new interaction from scratch. So let's go ahead and pull over an interaction, and we'll see a new one. It's called the Welcome to the Argonaut interaction to the arrival. So when you walk in the hotel, we're going to trigger a new interaction. So we're going to go back to the canvas, and we're going to select a new trigger. So you see all the powerful triggers and events that are available in Journey Builder. Salesforce case closed, Salesforce case opened, your birthday, your anniversary, anything can be a trigger. In this case, we're going to show you our new proximity marketing technology, proximity marketing with beacons. So we're going to put beacons inside the hotel lobby. This technology allows Kimpton, so when the customer has their mobile app on their phone, they're aware of when they enter or exit the lobby. So we see here the beacon that's set up at the Argonaut Hotel. So we're going to go ahead and pull over a push the Salesforce record onto the tablet because Kimpton runs the Sales Cloud. So they know everything about that customer. So when that customer has the Kimpton app on the phone and they walk in the lobby, we're going to push a message right to the tablet of the hotel staff. And that hotel staff is going to see who's walking in the hotel, which guest, what are their preferences, do they have an animal? It's a very pet-friendly hotel. So we've got this front desk push notification that we're sending to the tablet. Let's go ahead and see that in real life. So let's go ahead and pull up Salesforce 1. So we're going to pull open the tablet that Kimpton runs. And we'll see here, when we get the tablet up on the screen, Salesforce 1, we'll see here all the customers that are checking in, what room, do they have a pet. They track everything about their customers. And so when the customer walks into the front lobby, a push notification is going to be sent to the staff, and they're going to say view. They're going to see all the information about Trisha. So Trisha just walked into the front door, and she has a dog, Thor, and so the hotel staff can be expecting Trisha, and they know everything about her. And they can even have a dog treat ready for Trisha to give to Thor when she walks in the hotel. So Kimpton Hotels is truly spreading random acts of karma and kindness for their customers using the Marketing Cloud. And that's how they take advantage of the power of Journey Builder. Back to you, Scott.
Thank you, Brian.
You bet.
Isn't that incredible? Yet when we think about customer journeys, we don't see screens, buttons, and forms. We see this rich visualization the way we would draw it on a whiteboard. That example shows so well. Brian, thank you very much. Our next customer success story is Symantec. And Symantec is an amazing technology company and is faced with the challenge when security issues break. There's often a great deal of disinformation and confusion that exists about what actually needs to happen. In our next demonstration, we'll see from Greg Johnson, our SVP of Social Products, our brand new Social Studio in action and how Symantec uses Social Studio to manage interactions with their customer across all channels, especially social. Greg?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Good afternoon. Great to see you guys. I know I'm the last thing standing between you, appetizers, and cocktails outside, so we will go fast and talk you through this. So to begin, you've heard us talk about how customers are on a journey with you and your brand. They're experiencing your brand and your products throughout the customer lifecycle. But in today's world, where adoption of Facebook and Twitter is ubiquitous, and we're all talking on social networks about what we're doing, those customers are talking about their journey with you every single step of the way. And so if you think about a company like Symantec, which is focused on protecting the information of you at home and you and your colleagues at work, there are customers that are asking questions talking about Symantec. Is their information protected? What products should they be thinking about? Telling their friends about how they love Symantec. And the question for Symantec, and the question for all of you in the room today, is how do you want to engage with those customers in a meaningful way? How do you want to help bring them along that customer journey while talking to them and having a conversation? And ultimately, how do you want to listen to all that feedback and all those insights that your consumers and customers are offering you and use that to improve the products and services that you offer? And so as Scott said, that's really what we've been focused on doing within Social Studio. And we're really excited this morning to announce a brand new version of Social Studio that does three key things. First of all, Social Studio helps your overall marketing team. It helps you run social marketing campaigns across multiple social networks. It helps you engage with your consumers and interact with them. And finally, it helps marketers listen to consumers so that when you're making a decision about email marketing, or web marketing, or mobile marketing, or social marketing, you have that voice of the consumer and voice of the customer that helps inform those decisions. But unlike most other people who focus on social media management, we didn't stop there. We went beyond that because we know there are lots of other people in your organization who interact with customers. So take, for example, everyone on your customer support team. We've connected all the social conversations about your brand and your company and your products into the Service Cloud, so that when your customer service teams are providing solutions to your customers, they can now do that over Facebook and Twitter and Google+. And finally, what we're really excited about as well is connecting social to your sales teams. So in the past, your sales teams have gotten leads through emails, they've gotten leads through the website, they've gotten leads through picking up the phone and calling. Now they can get leads through social. I'll give you an example. My wife and I are looking for solar panels for our house. And before I went on any websites, and before I actually researched any product literature, the first thing I did is I went out to Facebook and I asked my friends, who's bought solar panels? Who's leased solar panels? What did you like? What did you not like? What should I be thinking about? And so that's a great opportunity for companies to engage. So let's take you through a quick demo, and we're going to show you how Symantec does this and how Symantec powers that entire customer journey through social. All right, so we're going to begin here in the Marketing Cloud, and we're going to dive into Social Studio. And the first thing that we'll show you today is this new Analyze module within Social Studio. And this was where you, as a brand, can understand what people are saying about your products and your services. So Symantec has set up a brand dashboard. And on the left-hand side, they can see all the conversations happening across multiple social networks, across hundreds of millions of different blogs and discussion forums, in different places where people are talking about their brand. And across the top, what you can see is that we visualize those conversations in different ways. So here you can see a word cloud. So if I'm a Symantec brand manager, I can see what are the words that people use when they're talking about my brand. Well, they use net backup because that's one of my products. They tend to talk about security and virtualization and archiving because those are categories that we're in. So that's really useful for me to know because I can think about the words that customers use when they talk about my products, and I can use that as I define my marketing campaigns. Now, on the right, you can see where those conversations are happening. So we can see that lots of people are talking about Symantec on Twitter. We can check and see how many people are talking on Facebook. We can toggle on different sources so that we can understand where those conversations are happening. And then at the end of the day, what you're really concerned about as a brand marketer is what do people think about my brand? Do people like what we have to say? Do people like what we stand for? So here you can see a snapshot. We've taken all those conversations, we've analyzed the text, and we can give you the sentiment of what people feel about your brand or your products. And on the left, you can see how that tracks over time. So when you introduce a new product or you run a new marketing campaign, you can assess how that's impacting your customer sentiment, how they feel about your company. Now, Symantec doesn't just monitor their brand. They also want to understand what consumers are talking about and the product categories where they compete. So they have an information security dashboard. And on the left-hand side, you can see conversations about information security are spiking over the past few weeks. And if we look in the middle, we can see all the words people are using. And you see this big thing called shell shock. Now, as a marketer, you probably don't know what shell shock is. But shell shock is a vulnerability that came out a few weeks ago that affects people's networks and hardware. And so Symantec wants to understand, what are people talking about shell shock? So they're going to dig in and scroll through all these conversations. And they can see that people are asking questions. They're trying to figure out, what is it that shell shock means for me as an IT administrator? So that's an opportunity for Symantec, because at a point in time when IT administrators need to understand what this is, Symantec has some advice and some guidance. So what they've done is they're going to go in and publish a special infographic they've created. And you'll see up here they've created this rich, simple infographic that explains how shell shock works, what is it, will it affect you, how do you deal with it. And they're going to publish this out to Twitter. And they're going to try to make it possible for all the different consumers who are interested in information security to find out about this. So now we'll go over into the Engage module of Social Studio. And this is where we can see all the conversations flowing in about Symantec and information security, and people trying to talk amongst themselves into the brand. So we can go and we can see all these conversations. And as we look on the right-hand side, we see somebody called Luke Ives. Now, Luke has said, Symantec, am I protected from this particular exploit? I need to know. And so as a marketer, you need a little bit more information in order to tell this customer, are they protected from a particular exploit? Because you need to know what products they have. You need to know if that product is designed to solve this particular issue. You need to know a lot of details about the customer. So what we're going to do here is we're going to let Luke know that we'll get back with him shortly. And then what we're going to do as a marketer, we're going to connect the marketing team with the customer support team, because the customer support team has spent years answering questions like this. So now if we zoom back out, we've actually sent that over to the Service Cloud by hitting that Send to Service Cloud button. And in just a minute, we'll show you what that looks like from the customer service side. Now, if we scroll down a little bit, we'll see another conversation. Here's Shane Hadley. Shane Hadley is doing exactly what I did about my solar panels. He's saying, does anybody know what I should do to protect my IT infrastructure? And of course, like, Symantec is in the business of protecting IT infrastructure. So this time, we're going to send this over to the sales team, because ultimately, the sales team has the right information and has spent years guiding customers along this buying process. And we'll show you that in just a second as well. So now, that's what the marketer does. The marketer listens to see what's happening, publishes out content, and then sees what's happening in the community and can help connect with the service department or the sales department. We can also do that automatically behind the scenes with some logic as well. So let's go over to this customer support department. Let's move 2 floors up into the customer support team. The customer support team uses the Service Cloud. So if you've never seen the Service Cloud before, this is the Service Cloud. What you're looking at is like a list of tickets or cases that have been provided to this agent. And typically, those came through the phone, or they came through email or the website. But now, increasingly, they're coming through things like Twitter and Facebook and Google+. So now we're going to dive into one of these very specific cases. And if we scroll down to the bottom, you'll be able to see, here's Luke Ives. This is where the marketing team passed this conversation over to the customer service team. And we can see that he's saying, am I protected? And the agent directly from this user interface has had some back and forth. They've been able to look at his record, because one of the nice things we can do here is we can say, hey, Luke Ives, we've got your record in our customer database. We can see that you own the e-discovery platform. We're going to tweet back out asking if that's the product that you're using. And once you confirm that that's actually the case, now we can figure out, does the e-discovery platform solve your problem? So if we zoom back out, you'll see that on the right-hand side, we've got a knowledge base with all these articles that provide detailed information about shell shock and the e-discovery platform. But if we go in the middle, we'll start to type out a response. And this response that I'm typing, when I hit that tweet button, it's going to go out to Twitter directly from the Service Cloud. But one of the things you can also do is you have some FAQs in here. So we can type in an FAQ that gives details on the e-discovery platform, how it protects from shell shock, and then we can tweet that out. So we've been able, as the customer support team, to use the Service Cloud to connect out to Twitter and resolve that customer's issue. Now finally, what about the sales rep? The sales reps don't work in buildings. Sales reps are out on the road, they're talking to prospects, they're talking to customers. So now we're going to jump over and show you what the sales rep sees. And we're going to do that in the mobile app, because sales reps use Salesforce 1. So we're going to go into Salesforce 1, and one of the things that a sales rep will do is they wait for leads to come from marketing. Many of you know this, right? Like the sales team says, give me more leads, give me more leads. So inside Salesforce 1, we can see a list of leads, and the first one we see here is Shane Hadley. And Shane, once we dive in, we'll see he was the person that asked on Twitter, what should I do if I want to protect my company's IT infrastructure? And so now what we can do directly from the Sales Cloud and Salesforce One is we can reply out to Twitter and let him know there's some interesting information that he might want to take a look at. The rep doesn't have to go into a social media management application because sales reps don't want to use that. Sales rep want to use Salesforce One on their mobile phone and use that to take care of this issue. So they're going to tweet that back out. And the great thing is that tweet leads to a conversation. That conversation becomes a phone call. That phone call becomes a meeting. That becomes a proposal. That becomes a closed deal. And now we can leverage all the information in Salesforce to manage that process. So if we're going to jump out, we're going to look at a sales dashboard. And on the dashboards, we can actually start to track how many of our open leads and pipeline came from social media, the same way that they used to come from the website and from the trade show and from cold calls. What's our pipeline look like for social leads? And if I scroll down at the bottom, how much social pipeline have we generated? So now you can manage social like any other sales process, which is great. And to wrap up, the marketer at the end of the day is concerned with one thing, and that's the overall brand. And so as a marketer, I'm going to open up the Social Studio marketing app, and I want to see one thing. How's my brand doing? So those dashboards that we showed earlier, I'm going to toggle over into the Analyze module, and I'm going to see those exact same brand dashboards here in the mobile app. So I can see the sentiment of my brand is somewhat positive. I can see some of the conversations that are happening and taking place. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the question is, when this incident about shell shock broke out, through the interactions we've had on social, through our marketing, our service, and our support channels, how did we do? Did we improve the sentiment of our brand? And so we can really quickly pull to refresh. And what you'll see here is we can constantly track how our brand's doing, what that sentiment is, and how that interaction works. So that's the power of bringing social media not only to the marketing team, but also to the sales and service team so that you can use social as a core aspect of the customer success platform. Thank you, and back to you, Scott.
Thank you. Greg and Brian, thank you very much. And we could not be more excited or more proud of the kind of innovations that are coming from the Marketing Cloud. Those are two extraordinary customers and two extraordinary demonstrations. The Marketing Cloud enables you to manage your customers on a one-to-one journey and have that journey reach any touch point at exactly the right place and the right time. We so appreciate you spending your afternoon with us. I have one parting comment. As ExactTarget became part of Salesforce, we brought along with us the most important digital marketing conference in the world. Over a decade, we'd built a conference called Connections to be more than 10,000 people, brilliant marketers from all industries, meeting once a year to share best practices, ideas, and look at product innovations. We're bringing Connections to New York City, June 15th. We would love to see you here. Thank you all again for your time today. Have a great rest of the day. Good afternoon.